stitch markers. Oh my gosh. I'll admit it, I didn't start using stitch markers until a couple of years ago, and I've been crocheting for 20 plus years. But now that I use them, I'm literally kicking myself for not using them sooner. In fact, I find stitch markers to be so important in the whole crochet process that I am putting them in the must-have section for getting started with crochet. Stitch markers can help you save a spot when you are pausing your work and setting it down, can make sure that the work doesn't unravel on you. They can help you identify a spot when you are working up stitches so that way you don't miscount the number of stitches you have going on. They can also help you to identify a spot further down when, say, you need to do something 20 stitches down the row. You mark that spot with a stitch marker, work up to it, and then you know what to do when you get to that spot instead of having to constantly recount. You are also able to use stitch markers as row markers, so you can identify where a row or round will begin and end. And this can help people that struggle with keeping the sides of their work straight, or it can also help when working in rounds to make sure you have ended or started a round in the correct location, like working in continuous rounds where you don't have any indicator where the row or round starts or stops. Stitch markers, row markers are great for that. Also, they can help you count the number of rows or rounds that you have. If you just add a stitch marker, or in this case, a row marker in the row, then you can count the number of markers opposed to counting the number of rows or rounds, and it can help keep you on count there. But lastly, and also super important, stitch markers, row markers can help keep your work joined together for joining pieces together, such as granny squares, or if you are making any particular types of clothing, or just joining any pieces of work together. It can help keep stitches in place so that way things don't shift on you when you're joining pieces together. So many different uses. Like I said, I'm kicking myself for not using them sooner, but definitely want to get your hands on some stitch markers. But there are a couple different varieties of stitch markers, and you don't actually have to use something called a stitch marker. You can use other things, and let me explain what I'm talking about. Everything you see here is considered a stitch marker or a row marker. Right here I have a little swatch of work that I'm going to be using to help us identify how to use all of these as a stitch marker or row marker. What we have here is the very standard, very typical stitch marker, row marker that you will see. It's made out of plastic, has a little claw on one end. How you will use this is, say I want to save this stitch right here because it's the very last stitch of my row. I will take my marker, place it underneath the stitch so I still have a V-stitch on the top, and then I will close it and it saves my spot for me. Cool. The next type of stitch marker is becoming very common or more popular because of the charm that dangles from them, and you can get really fun and creative with the charms. It clips onto the stitch with this claw. You will find the stitch you want to mark. Now let's say we wanted to mark this stitch right here. So I'll insert, and now that stitch has been marked. And it has a cute little charm to hold that spot for me. Now, if you don't have money to get actual stitch markers, you don't have to get actual stitch markers. You can make a stitch marker out of a paper clip. Fold it open, find a stitch, insert underneath the stitch, and then close, and now you've marked that stitch. This would work out great if you need a whole bunch and you're counting maybe the number of rows in a project. You can also use a safety pin. Opening up the safety pin, marking the stitch spot, there we go, that works too. And last but not least, you could also absolutely use just a scrap of yarn. Go through all of your scrap yarn, cut off just a small little scrap about that long. Then let's say we're marking or saving this stitch right here. Take your crochet hook, insert in underneath the stitch or into the stitch. Grab a hold of that scrap yarn, pull through, and now you have marked that stitch. And that works perfectly well too. So all of these options are awesome stitch markers that you can utilize to help save your spot, count your rows, mark a stitch that you are going to be coming upon that you want to make sure you mark. So as you work up to that stitch, you can find a stopping or pausing spot. Lots of fun varieties that you can pick from, choose from, whatever works best for you. So like I was just showing you, a stitch marker or a row marker can really look like anything. You can utilize anything you have around your home. Just make sure you have some kind of stitch marker or row marker because they do come in handy. If you want to get an actual one, such as this plastic clip or this charm, or if you want to use a paper clip, safety pin, or even a scrap piece of yarn. Now, I don't have them on me, but if you noticed, these charms have really small little clips. There are some charms or some row markers, stitch markers that have very large clips that can help you with marking spots in a big piece of work. Maybe these are too small and it's hard for you to see them and you have this big blanket you're working. There are larger stitch markers that you can use to help you see what's going on or where your spot is much faster. Also, if you're working with a bulky yarn, this might be a little more challenging to work with. So there are some larger stitch markers you can use to help mark your spot in a jumbo sized yarn or a size 6 super bulky, super chunky yarn. Either way, you can either use these adorable charms. They do have them in all sizes to help you with any project need that you have, or you can use the simple paper clip, safety pin, scrap piece of yarn. But having some sort of stitch marker, row marker ready to go is going to be very important in your getting started kit that you kind of put together for yourself. All right, now that we've talked about all things stitch markers, let's dive into the very last thing that I have in the Getting Started series must-haves, and that is tape measures and rulers.